Hello my friends, Jacob's here one more time. Thank you for pressing the play button, for smashing that like and sharing this channel around. Who better to spend your time with than the meatball himself, old Jacob. It's the apocalypse, right? Who else do you want to hang out with? You want to hang out with, Bob and Ruth from next door, who are always spying on you when you're doing your leaves? Or do you want to spend some time talking about all the crazy things that are happening in the world? We got a lot to talk about. Do you know that there was an asteroid that just crashed into the atmosphere? Made a big deal out of it because as if the alien invasion that was supposed to happen today, if that wasn't enough to get you all freaked out and stressed out, then don't worry, there was an asteroid. That's right, came out of the blue. They weren't expecting it. They said it was going to hit at 11:14 Eastern Standard Time. This thing was 27 inches in diameter. It wasn't that big. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was going to burn up. No one would know about it. But they're like, hey, we got a shoe. We got a basketball player size shoe coming in. Getting everybody freaked out. As it is this morning, I woke up to top trending news was hashtag alien invasion, which is weird because we just did the show with Rex. We were talking all about this stuff because, there's this guy, Cliff High is his name. I don't know much about him, but I do know that a lot of people say check him out, and he seemed very cool, and I listened to a little bit of his video today. He sounds very smart, but I guess him and another guy invented some software back in the 90s that predicted some things, and supposedly today, December 3rd, was going to be the big alien invasion. So why not get the meatball hat for your holidays? Because you're going to probably need it. If the aliens are coming, it's going to be cold. And, you don't want to look like you're somebody that the aliens are going to feel as a threat. So this is literally alien proof. You walk around with this. If you're cold in the winter, you look cool. You say, I'm just a meatball. And then the aliens, they'll go, but really what they're saying is, he's just a meatball. We don't got to worry about him. So get yourself the meatball hat. It's on sale now, Teespring. You just go click the link below. Any of the merch, it really is helpful to the channel, and I appreciate it. And it doesn't even matter if you got a big head. The meatball hat fits everybody. Probably would even fit the new big-headed archaic humans that were just discovered. Human Juloesis. The researchers named the new species human genus. What do we know about these big-headed people? Well, they think that they're so great. They think that they're so great. And they were a little self-conscious about the size of their pillow that they went to sleep on at night. But I'm telling you one thing, if they had a meatball hat, they'd probably feel better about themselves. With the days ahead, it's going to get cold. Because it's the winter. That's the main reason. People are stressed today. Everybody was asking me about Hunter Biden because, President Biden said after saying that, nobody's above the law and that he wasn't going to pardon his son, that he's going to pardon his son. I was a little taken back by it. So I put a little post out, a little test. I do these things because I'm thinking maybe this pardon isn't going to go the way Hunter thinks. Maybe there's going to be some hang-ups to it. This is a test, I say, because it wouldn't be fair, right? Wouldn't be fair. There's so many people, and of course the narrative is how many people from what happened on January 6th are rotting away in these cells, which are very, very small. They posted some picture up of somebody that was in what looked like a closet. The weird thing is that he had 6 fingers, so some people are saying maybe it's AI. What do we believe today? What's the truth today? That's the problem. The land is bankrupt today. People don't even know where the truth is. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to think. But I'll tell you one thing. Hunter Biden's laptop was something that we talked about, right? I was one of the people that said first about Hunter Biden. Had a vibe about him. Put that video up right over there. You see it. Had the laptop. Biden was holding the laptop that was all shot up like they were going to cover up something. But I said that the day was coming, that he'd come. If they be corrupt, which is a little hashtag I created, that it would be revealed. Is in the dream, was a friend of mine in real life too, outside of YouTube, and came up to me, and he was with somebody else I didn't know who had a laptop. And in the laptop, it was you opened it up, and it looked like it was all bubbling and was red, and it looked like something bad, right? And they were bringing it in. And the guy next to me said, "Oh, dude, it's a bong." And I go, "That doesn't look like a bong to me." That doesn't look like that looks like something that's gonna, that's pretty bad. Today, it seems that there's a lot of corruption being revealed. So much so, I'm almost sick of it. Sick of looking at it. There was a time in the past when I'd hear about this person or that person. Now it's just becoming so clear that everybody's so screwed up that it's almost ridiculous. It's kind of fun to watch this switch going on that's happening in the public eye, this flip. It's like everything's kind of tipping and turning. All the influencers like Mr. Jones and others were saying for a long time that, we were going to be in the big WW3 and they got everybody scared that nukes were going to happen and all these things. And I said to you, what did I say to you? I said, don't worry. You're going to hear about peace. It's going to happen. Peace is going to happen. I was the only one saying not to be stressed out about this. And what's going on now? I don't know if you saw it with Trump. They have the peace deal over there in the Middle East. Oh, go figure. Who told you that was going to happen? This guy. This guy, why? Because it's kind of like there's nothing new under the sun. It's that right there in the scriptures. Why wouldn't it happen? Everybody's waiting for it anyway. People are like, oh, we're going to have a short period of time of peace and security, then sudden destruction. Destruction, that scripture is talking about very clearly, is really the destruction of our ego. Our identities in this world. Stuff that gets us in trouble. That carnal thinking. To be carnally minded is death. A lot of carnal minded people out there today need to wake up. But Hunter Biden's pardon and doesn't look like it's really going to go through. It wasn't much long after I put that post out that all of a sudden what happens? Well, they're contesting it. So doesn't look like it's going to be that easy of a ride for Mr. Biden, who's got like weird tattoos of the Finger Lakes on his back and has a lot of stuff that's been all over the internet that makes him look like he's like a monstrous person. For a moment today, nobody had to worry about that because everybody was so excited to see the aliens come, as if they're not already here. I had some people call me frauds. You fraud. You believe in aliens? You fraud. I had like people attacking me. You believe in planets? You believe in space? Like, I don't even know where we are. For all I know, I'm the only one that's real. Anyway, and none of you really exist. You want to talk about like, you want to think things that are kooky? That's a kooky thought. We could be on some kind of computer right now. We could be a college experiment for beings that are far superior than us. But yes, I do believe that there are planets, and I do because I have a telescope and I look up. I don't know what I'm looking at. Don't call me a fraud because I talk about planets. I'm not an astronomer. Not out there. I'm not like no Carl Sagan. Clearly, I'm joking about us living on a server somewhere or being the experiment of college students from Nibiru. But I'm not joking about the very hazardous asteroid that is approaching us tomorrow, that people will be able to see. That's how close it is going to be. The encounter is actually going to be live streamed. It's a stadium-sized asteroid, which could be potentially very hazardous. But we're hearing about these more and more, so one better believe that we are made by God and that God is in control, because it does seem that biblical events are happening. It is strange what's happening in South Korea, though, with the, you hear about the martial law? Because that's what people were expecting with the alien invasion. They were expecting some kind of martial law that was going to go down. And, but no, South Korea, the president was going to declare martial law. It was like all mayhem and everybody was freaking out about it. And like the military was seen breaking into parliament because there was like an opposing party or something. They're saying that half of their country has been infiltrated by, like North Korea. Like that there's this takeover going on. But ironically enough, this martial law that was put through, it wasn't put through. They're like, no, we don't agree with it. So what's real today? What news matters today? All the stuff we hear and we see gets us so stressed out. And the only thing that really matters to me right now is my family, doing the right thing by them, spending some good time with them, hoping that people can get their acts together. All that stuff with what's happening in Christian TV. Oh, man. The whole planet's just it's just a mess. Can't say I didn't say it was coming. I did say it was coming. I did say it was coming. I said that whatever's hidden is going to be shouted from the rooftops. So that's why it's best for us to be on our best behavior. I'm trying to do better every time I come on here, but I can be honest, I'm not feeling that great. I'm kind of down in the dumps. I'm not that excited about the things that I see happening around the world. I know where things are going. I have an idea of where things are going, and it's going to be a stressful time. But I'm no soothsayer. I'm no prophet, right? Just a meatball. And if you want to support the meatball and you want me to keep doing this, well, you go to the description of the video, click a little more, and then go down there and get yourself some of the merch, right? Get it for people for their Christmas gifts and whatever holidays that you celebrate, or just to keep your ears warm. You want to get some of the shirts, the God's Champion merch. You want to get Uranus as a planet. All of this supports the channel. It's super helpful. I need it because YouTube's not exactly that lucrative. Not even close to being that lucrative. Like I'm like a couple of steps away from just going back to selling mattresses that lucrative. But I love this so much. So for those of you that do support here, and those that are on Patreon, by the way, this Sunday coming up, that's right, we're doing another meetup, and sometimes these things turn out to shows. So if you're a partner on Patreon, thank you for what you do. And if you want to be a partner, like $5, $10, $20, whatever it is, you can go and the links are in the description. And then you can meet me on 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Sunday for our next meetup, which is great. Makes you feel a little bit less alone in the world when you find out that there are a lot of meatballs out there that are also known as Israelites, because that's what we're supposed to be today. All right, listen. Here's just a little catch up on what's going on today. I love each and every one of you. Hope you have the best day ever. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Life in this world for us begins with our fearful cry, and for many it ends the same. Because upon ourselves we took the sins of the world, all the fear, all the lies, all the hate, and all the shame. We taught to who we were when we believed we were simply our past, our heartache, our traditions, our beliefs, and our name. Trapped in a cycle of what could have, should have, would have, until we have the wisdom, the courage, and the wherewithal to change. Ignorant of the power within, because of this world spin, making the same mistakes again and again and again. The gods of this world have become blind, powerless, deaf, dumb, and lame. Arise, oh existing one, the one who hides behind the eyes of those who gnash their teeth, weep, hate, and blame. For there is a beast ruling in your stead that you must help us to tame. So gone will be the days when babes come into this world with a fearful cry and leave the same.